I had an IT company, like I mentioned, and we specialise in Google G Suite for business. And one of that part is we can give it away. I wanted to give the services away free to a charity. And it was my wife, when we was away on holiday, who found Andy's Man Club. And the whole idea was I was going to give it tools so it could communicate and collaborate. Now, run that forward when I got there, and this will tell you a bit of a story in terms of me sort of changing my full career. I got there and they told me they stat about 1 man every 2 hours, and also our region being 40% higher. What they asked me to do was run a club in Hull on a Monday night at 7 o'clock. Now, you know, James, you're all over the world and you're here, there, everywhere. I was back then asking me to be in Hull at 7 o'clock on a Monday when I meant to be running a global business was now impossible. But as a, I've got a great wife who's fantastic. I remember ringing her and she said, driving back on a Wednesday night from Halifax at 11 o'clock, how did the meeting go? Not great. They don't want none of my business consultancy or any of the IT. They want me to run a club on a Monday night. And she said, well, what did you say? I said, no, I can't do it. I ain't got time. I'm here, there, everywhere. I said, it was a real weird meeting anyway. I said, it was just odd, I got the feeling like they didn't like me because it was just a real weird meeting. And what it was, they'd started to set up other clubs and there wasn't growing organically because everybody who was coming in was trying to do something more than what Andy's Man Club wanted. It was so simple as the idea and everyone wanted to do more than what the idea was. And they thought I was just another one coming in, all these ideas. But as I'm driving back, Luke rang me, who runs it, and we just hit it off. He's like a brother from another mother, as we'd call it. And what I said was, I'll put him in some contacts with a few people. I can help get a space, but I can't run it. I won't have time. I'm not in the country half the time. And I remember my wife speaking to me, and she said, you can't offer a charity 8 hours of your time a month, and just because what they want don't fit into your schedule, you can't say no. The world don't work like that. You're either doing it or you're not. And she absolutely called me out. She said, you reckon you're this director? You reckon you're all this? Make it happen, basically. So that's what I did. I started Andy's Man Club Hull, started doing the club, but what we started to realise really quick, I was just blown away that opening the doors and asking 5 questions, and believe this or not, guys, I don't talk, I listen. I ask the question, and I do share myself when it's my turn, but the real weird thing of the club is you ask 5 questions, and the job is we have a ball, and we pass the ball, and your job, James, would be to answer the first question. And if you don't answer the question, I'll ask you to pass me the ball back, and I'll say, look, this is the question. If you don't want to answer it, don't answer it, just pass the ball. But that is the question. And if you go off topic, that is the question. And the questions are sort of set up, and I can share it on here, is they're sort of like leading questions. So what's one positive from your week? Now, straight away, they've probably never been asked that question again. Second one, how's your week been? They've probably never been asked that again. Third question, and the big one, anything to get off your chest. And now, I've been sat in that room and I have heard some of the most harrowing things, but also some of the most courageous things in that question. And but from people who we all know, professional sportsmen, businessmen, you name it, there's someone from one walk of life. And what I found so endearing and so special is when someone turns up at Andy's Man Club, we're not really interested in your name. We want to give you a bro, have a cup of tea, come in, get off your tech, sit down, and we ask some really deep and meaningful questions, and we listen. And I think once you get on a level with someone like that and you start seeing the impact it makes, it's amazing. But then back to your original question, like I answered, is that then starts throwing up from my business side of safeguarding. Some of the things we was hearing was absolutely, we're not trained to deal with it. And I think for me, when I started to step into being a trustee was, I always remember being out with my wife and having a meal with my wife. And we used to have we still got a Facebook page now, but you'll see that if you go on Andy's Man Club page and you message in, you get an automatic response with Samaritans and other, proper services who can help, because we're not experts. And I think the big challenge, and Luke shares about this as well on a complete different scale to what I had it, is, again, I'm sat there and I've got people messaging me at 9, 10, 11, 12 o'clock on a Friday or Saturday night saying they're going to take their own life. And I'm out with my wife, and all of a sudden, it starts making you look at what are we doing with this charity, and where are we going? And then all of a sudden, back to keeping it real. I have no problem in asking awkward questions. So that's where I started to say, well, hold on a minute. What's my job then as a facilitator? It's to open the doors on a Monday night. Okay, I get that. What else is my job? Right, okay. Getting Facebook messages, that's not my job, is it? And what are you doing, safeguard me? No, right. Let's ban Facebook Messenger from everyone. And everyone's like, what? No, let's ban it. We don't need it. If it's about asking the question and talking on a Monday night, why do we need Facebook Messenger? We don't need it. And we started doing things like that and making tough calls. But ultimately, I think that's why it's flourished so much, because we are doing it for the right reasons.
Thank you so much for joining us on the Business Lockdown.
Please comment, like, share and subscribe to help build our global community.
We look forward to seeing you all soon.